Hey everybody, how y'all doing? This is part 2 of the 377 build. And I don't know if you can hear the wind or light. This is April 2019 and it sounds like winter out there. I finally checked the date codes. This 4-bolt main was made in 71. The 2-bolt 400 was made in 1975. These two blocks here were made 4 years and 10 days apart from one another. They're both September made blocks. The 2-bolt September 30th of 1975. The 4-bolt main is September 20th of 1971. So we got a 4-year and 10-day span, and I can see some differences between these two blocks already. And let's point them out here. This one here is the 4-bolt main. That's 2-bolt. They got her stood up, and for you guys wondering, there's the block. That's an 817 block. And there you go. I-30 of 75, so September 30th of 75. And then this one, September 20th, 71. Okay, some of the things I noticed with this earlier block was some blocks come with this extra metal. Both 400s had it. But then I got looking at the 4-bolt main. Do you guys see a little bit of a difference between that one? I'll scan it. And by 75, what they changed. And what I noticed is here we got extra metal here, extra metal here, extra metal here on this. That one doesn't have that extra metal in the lifter valley. Oh, what else? What else? There was a few, couple other things I thought I noticed, but and again, see how plugged those are. How that won't let oil flow back very good, either one of them. And that's the same here. So I'm going to get out the die grinder, start die grinding. But at first I didn't think that this was in that block, but some of your 350s don't have this extra cast iron in it. It's just little things that stiffen up the blocks. And here at first this would have been a little over a year and a half after, because the 400 small block, when it was introduced in 1970, and you know, they were still on the end of performance and making stuff last and heavy duty, and that's why this 511 block here, I think it's going to make a better 377 block than my last one. I don't remember what year mine was, but I know mine didn't have all that extra metal in the lifter valley and all that. I know that 406 block could end up going up and getting decked after I finally get that assembled, start mocking that one together. But right now we're just working on the 377, so yeah, 4 years and 10 days apart. That block was made over there, and there's some. Let's see. I mean, this block here. This block here, like right here at the deck, it kind of rounds. It's like they took a little bit of metal away from here. The casting isn't as smooth as the 71 block. And here in 75 they still casted it, but there, right there's where your manual tranny, depending on if it was in the truck. There was a bracket here that had the clutch ball. Or the clutch ball would mount there, wherever it had. It's casted there, but it's not drilled. Moving this block compared to the 4-bolt, granted that is a 4-bolt, but that 4-bolt block is just an overall heavier block. We could nitpick on these all day long and find every little discrepancy between these, but they're both good blocks. And this is the one we're building right now. So I got to get the main caps off this one. Like I said, I got to get down in there a little wire boiling, some rust, because this block's set up right with nothing in it and water pooled around the cam area, which I got to clean that up. I guess this was possibly my good lifter bore brush. I guess I don't remember wearing it out, but evidently I did. So I might have to go get a new lifter bore brush. So, because I'd like to have hone those quick, just to make sure. But yeah, it's time to get the die grinder out, work this area, that area, and what I want to do around the oil holes. And it's time to clean it up. I probably am not going to show all that, because that's time consuming. I mean, the little things I'm doing is time consuming, but in the end it just makes a better building block. And it gives me something to do. So I guess excuse me, I guess that's where we're at, and I gotta get some tools out, find my old sweatshirt and start cleaning, and maybe I'll stumble across the Burry brush, because I swore I had a good one for the lifter bores. I can't remember if I might have grabbed the wrong one for something. So anyway, I don't know. We'll figure it out. So, all right. Looking at this deck, it looks like a CKP, and it's either TI or TT00. Not sure. The VIN number's almost there. Faintly going, but CKP should tell us what this came out of, this 4-bolt main. Let's see what you guys can see here. Oh yeah, you guys. It's kind of shadows. Okay, let me talk. Okay, guess what? I took off the main cap, and hear that? It's not out. So, whoa. I guess I see why I don't like all 3-legged. Okay, so we just go. And it's a stamp still, it's not an Allen wrench. And there it is. Right there, that little stamp still. And see, that goes right there. And comes out right there on the main. So, okay, that's done now. Put that there. Actually, I should put that thing down. Okay, put that. Okay. So that is now done. So, with that, okay, I've taken and I've cleaned off the front and rear seal for the intake. Whoa, tippy seat. Okay. I've cleaned off the pan surface, the fuel pump surface, the thrust surface of the cam, the timing cover, the oil filter area. Oh, there it is. I just found a little bit more casting that seems to be a little bit loose. Oh heck, let's just do that right now. I tell you, the light's been flickering, so. Did I kill the battery? I killed the battery! Oh! That's a first. Well, I haven't had him on the charger. Hang on, I got another. I got another. About done using this thing, so I need to charge those batteries up anyway. So, and right over. There. Down in here it looks good. Now, let's see. Which one's the new one? Looks like this one. So, now we'll just spin it around. Oh, now I reworked the oil hole here and here. It's just something I do. So now we're going to. That's where that galley come out. And here, you don't want to go too deep because you can put it in too far. But you cannot forget to put this in because then you ain't gonna have any oil pressure. Trust me, I found out the hard way. Actually, it wasn't this; it was the front galley plugs. Okay, I've done on my taps that I'm using. It's just I know where to stop. It just you learn your equipment. Oh, then I chased out the drain holes in the lower side of the block here. I chased those too. The one was still plugged with rust. So okay. So now that's been tapped, so I can put a screw and plug there. And you can't see it this way, but if you look through this hole, and if you can see it down in there, then you know you went too far. But now that I've kind of rolled the edge there. Okay, this block is now down to needing the lifter bores. Honed. Yeah, lifter bores honed. And another bath. I just see I'm right here. And you don't want to go too far in because this is tapered. The deeper it gets, the wider it gets, and your galley plugs are tapered. So if you run it all the way down to where this is all the way in there, your galley plug's going to go all the way through. Don't ask me how I know. Please don't. That was quite a fiasco to get fixed, but we got her. But I didn't like it. Okay, now I got some better looking threads there at the beginning. The plug what was in here before wasn't in there very far, so it was rusted really bad out to this edge. Now there's something there that'll hold. And then here's a little spot that's bugging me. So we're just gonna it's right here by the it looks I got ground the other side off. It looked like a pair of fangs just waiting to cut me. So we're gonna take its teeth off. And there. And I've gone through, like here on the front of the block, back when I was younger, I would round that, take all the sharp edges off, all the casting. Oops. All the casting flaws right here, I would take all that off, smooth the block and everything. Doing all that, yeah, that's not really worth it. But I want to. Oh, the groove in the back cam bearing. Oops, now I got this angle and I can see. There. Now I'm happy with that. But yeah, anything I should kind of fell off is gone now. So yeah, wire wheel the groove in the back cam bearing there. Bird brush the lifters. And then that's ready for the final wash. Then the assembly can start. So, talking to a buddy of mine earlier. Yeah, believe it or not, I got a buddy. I said, sitting here, something hit me just real funky today. Not funky in a bad way, funky in a good way. I said, did you just realize what I said? And he's like, what do you mean? I said, what am I working on? And he's like, I don't know. He said, well, the 377. And I said, and what? He thought for a little bit, and he just couldn't get it. So I finally broke down and told him. I says, you know, I've got the two motors back now that I had when I met my wife. He's like, oh. So the only difference between this 406, it's going to be a 6-inch rod. The last 406 I had was a 5.7 rod. And he's like, wow. I said, yeah. Little did I think, because the 406 was in the money, but I ended up selling it before I got to drive it. So, but yeah, the 377 is not going anywhere. That is staying. But the 406 will probably be like the last one. I'll get her done and it'll go down the road. But yeah, really happy with this 4-bolt main. It's going to have main studs. Oh, I got a chamfer the. You know what? Before I forget that, we're going to do that. Okay. That's a head bolt. I mean, you don't have to go hog wild. You just got to take the sharpness off. Boy, that look. I didn't miss it. And I gotta chase the threads yet, so like I say, here I thought I was getting close to being done, and I keep finding stuff I forgot. Let's see, okay. Okay. Start here in this corner. And here, I'll show you guys the reason I'm doing this. Okay, yeah, we're still recording. See how that looks loose and flaky there? So, watch that one. Just a little bit more. Now there's nothing loose, and the shoulder to studs will sit down there correctly. Alright. Guess there's a little more to do than what I thought. So, okay, I'll get set up here. We're going to chase these threads while I'm thinking about it. I'm not going to wait. So, alright. If you do this next step on your own, that's fine. But sitting here running the ratchet, I'm going to put that on a clutch too. Takes too long. You need to do this so your head bolts or studs, whatever you use, you get proper torque. Sometimes you gotta just lock her in and go. But yep. Nice shiny threads, that's what you want. Now that one, evidently there is some casting on the outside of the cylinder wall. Stop that one. So even use that's why you use a low power drill, none of your high torque drills. We've got this little 3/8. Lot better, a lot better. Look at that. Yeah, we did get through that one, so I don't know on that one good. Okay, there. I'll just do the one side with you guys. And so now those are chamfered, chased. We're getting a lot closer to being ready to do the final wash on this thing and start the assembly. That's what I'm really waiting for. Like the motor mount holes, I'll chase those too, and I basically chase every bolt hole on here so you know you don't have troubles later. So, yep. Very happy with what this is. So I'm going to do the other side and I'll be back. Okay, I do believe all the bolt holes have been chased. I chamfered the oil pressure fitting. I got all the head bolts. I've chased all the threads for the head bolts. I got the motor mounts and that, which that's actually fuel pump's good. Clean the surfaces. Just done about everything we can. And I see that he just, like I said, he just sure looks like a CKP or whatever I said there earlier. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll look it up. But everything that should have been tapped now has been tapped, chased. Just lots of things. So right there is where it goes next, but it's not tonight. Like I said, I got one thing left to do, and that's bury brush the lifter bores. So I know there's no tight fitting lifters. They all slide in like they're supposed to. Yeah. So yeah, I guess there was a little bit of work. Not as much as what I thought. But and when I order, I'm gonna get new deck alignment pins for the heads for this one, because honestly I don't know where they went. They're gone. Not a clue. Not a clue. Not a clue. So yeah, this is pretty much ready. And I'm really kicking around. I kind of want to keep this 383 and the other 383 similar in compression ratios and that, because otherwise we ain't going to get a fair test. But I do have another set of 487X's, but that goes to a whole motor. I do have some double humps I could put on for testing purposes, and then, well, actually, if I do that one set, it'll go on 377. It'll just be the driver's side won't have accessory bolt holes in the head on mismatched heads like that. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do there for sure. So I do have I got that set and another set. I've got stuff spoken for. The one set I just definitely spoken for a set of heads, but the other set of heads, I don't know what's going on. I haven't heard. So I guess until the cash is in my hand, they're still my head. So I'm really rethinking this, because like I said, the 377 is going to have the same cam as the 350, 383. Like to keep the same heads, same intake, just to eliminate all those variations and make it a true stroke in bore versus stroke in bore. Say that fast and see. It sounds like something else, but yeah, so yeah, I do have to get oil since I am running a mechanical. I hope I didn't goof up and leave those in there. I just thought of oil restrictor. Since you're running a solid lifter, you got to restrict the oil back. And I can't remember what motor I used them on. Anyway, that don't make no difference now, because anyway, I guess that's where we're at. This is part 2. I guess the only thing I got left to do is bury brush and rework the rear main cap, or I want to call and check in to see if that can be done, and maybe get that rear main cap converted to being, so I know it don't break. Then that will be exactly how my previous 377 was. So I guess stay tuned and find out what goes on. So alright, this is the end of part 2. Next will be the final wash and start painting this block and start assembly. So thanks guys, see you in the next one. This is a PS for you guys. You know how this 400 don't have that hole, that water hole, and the small drilled ones? We figured out this is a 72 block of the 383 4-bolt main 350 that I'm making the 383 out of. Check this out. I'll zoom in on it. It's upside down, but look at that. So in 1972 and 71, because that's about the same age as this 400 4-bolt. I'll have to check the date code to be interesting to see. Somebody felt at the factory not to put those bigger water jacket holes in. So that 350 there, other than the bore size, it's got the same exact deck as our 4-bolt main. Now that's freaky that this motor and that motor, they're both destined to be 383s, and now we're getting down to where they basically got the same decks between the two blocks. So this is kind of turning into a weird build comparison here. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be real interesting. So I just happened to look over and notice that. I'm like, really? So, wow. And I know that because that came back to being out of a 1970-71 school bus. I can't remember the date, so we might have two from the same year, and be interesting if they're the same month. That'd be that's kind of getting a little do. So, all right, now I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.